Previously on Mikey Reviews, Mikey played through all of the Kim Possible games, day and night. From Game Boy Advance to Nintendo DS, he finally finished reviewing and telling his thoughts on said games. Or so he thought. Then Rufus the Naked Mole Rat beat the living shit out of him. Mikey then shot him with a gun. Suddenly, Mikey soon discovered that he wasn't finished with the Kim Possible marathon. And now, the conclusion.
Fine. One more. This better be good. Well, so much for not talking about Kim Possible. Because we got one more game left. Welcome back to Mikey's Reviews, where I review and tell you my thoughts. Today, we're gonna be putting a nail to the Kim Possible Marathon's coffin. Because, like I said before, we've got one more Kim Possible game. Kim Possible, What's the Switch? For the PlayStation 2. The game was released on October 19th of 2006 and was developed by A2M, the same team behind the Game Boy Advance and DS titles. And this is the only Kim Possible game to be released on home consoles. This was also the first Kim Possible game that I struck my eyes on. This one, honestly, was so interesting I wanted to play it so badly, but unfortunately, I did not have the console for it. But now that I have the greatest console of all time, I mean, come on, let's not kid our fucking socks. It was that good it put the Sega Dreamcast to shame. Let's finally talk about Kim Possible, What's the Switch? Not for the Switch, but for the PlayStation 2. Let's see how it all holds up. Okay, right off the bat, this game already has better presentation than the other games. There's fully animated cutscenes in the game. So, this kind of feels like a Kim Possible episode now that I think about it. I like this. Let's hope that this goes better from here. So the plot of the game goes a little something like this. Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable get a call from Wade to head over to Monkey Fist's castle to get the mystical monkey idol before Dr. Draken and Shigo do. I've gotta say, the graphics look pretty good. The cel-shaded art style really fits the world of Kim Possible in a video game, honestly. Unfortunately, all hell breaks loose when Ron falls down a booby trap door. Meanwhile, Draken and Shigo are on their way to steal the monkey idol as well. And of course, they run into each other and they get into a fight over it. Eventually, all hell breaks loose when Ron and Draken try to grab the idol while its powers are active, causing their minds to be switched. How many fucking times am I gonna say switch throughout this whole video? On top of that, Professor Dementor shows up and takes the idol for himself.
Where'd he come from?
That's a question that's never answered, and I find that funny. Realizing that she needs the idol to switch Ron and Draken back to normal, Kim takes off in hot pursuit of Dementor's ass on the run. Shigo, however, is also hot on his trail as the two fight through the streets and rooftops of London. In Big Ben, the two meet up again and almost begin fighting each other as Professor Dementor escapes in his air carrier. But a call from Wade eventually have the two form an uneasy sense of alliance to get the idol back. But as you progress, even working in together, they still can't seem to help themselves. Or Shigo in particular can't help herself, as later on in the mission, Shigo leaves Kim to make her way across a moving train, while Shigo makes her way through the mines trying to get to Dementor's lair. Huh, I guess as a child she yearned for the mines. Oh yeah, and Monkey Fist is also involved in this too. He's working with Professor Dementor, which then leads to a trap that catches Shigo, where Kim must now stop a doomsday device that they had activated and also find a way to save Shigo and set her free. The team up with Monkey Fist and Dementor doesn't last long, however, because they're both bad guys and they have their own problems, double crosses, and more to work out. The cargo ship that Kim and Shigo ended up on crashes into a harbor in Tokyo as Monkey Fist grabs the monkey idol and brings out his mecha monkey and starts committing terrorism in Japan. With Kim and Shigo finding a way to get through their differences, they truly have to work together now to take down the mecha monkey and get the idol and then get out of there. To which they do, leaving Monkey Fist defeated and bringing the idol back to Draken and Ron to reverse the switch, leading to a nice but short moment of understanding between Kim and Shigo for just getting the mission sorted out together. Of course, Draken right away tries to steal the idol again as Shigo tries to just leave, giving up on the idol in general as it's more troubled than it already is. But after it activates again, nothing really happens. Draken agrees, and him and Shigo leave. Kim goes to check in on Ron, who is now switched with Rufus, and that's how the game ends. It sure captures the Kim Possible magic as it cuts to the credits. Hey, that's pretty good. Let's hope I can say the same thing about your gameplay, though. The gameplay for What's the Switch follows the same 2D side-scrolling format as the predecessors I've covered before. It just has that added bonus of the home console's power to bring it all into 3D. Throughout the entirety of the game, you can play as either Kim or Shigo, and why wouldn't you want to? You can also play as Rufus, and there's a bit of difference between playing as either the redhead or the green goth to not make them feel like skin swaps just for the heck of it. Kim has access to her gadgets, like the usual grappling hook to help swing through parts of the levels. You also have bubblegum that can hold down enemies in place and flip any switches that you come across. Alongside the returning gadgets, we got a new addition to the team, the electromagnetic scrambler, which helps you see what isn't there, like special objects, invisible enemies, and platforms to get on. For Shigo, you get the Enter Beam from Sonic Boom. I'm not kidding, it works exactly the same. And apparently she also took some notes from Silver the Hedgehog over here, cause she can use psychokinesis that can bring stuff like certain objects or enemies directly to her. But of course you have the use of your glowing green fists, being able to take down henchmen and electrical boxes. There's also the naked fuck nugget, Rufus, and thanks to him being small, he's able to solve puzzles in tight spaces to help get through certain parts of the overall areas. I guess he can be useful. Maybe I did treat him a little too harshly. Now, since you play through the game going back and forth between Kim and Shigo, there isn't a proper co-op mode to play in, but there is a tag team mode that lets another player take turns with you when you die, akin to something like the original Super Mario Bros. On NES. Throughout the game, there are collectible tokens to find, bonus content, and a bunch of outfits which you can change into mid-game. The outfits affect absolutely nothing in the game. They are just fun little callbacks to other outfits from the TV show that the characters wore, like Kim's battlesuit from the So the Drama movie, and Shigo's Club Banana green jacket, and many, many more. And don't get them confused with the other tokens scattered around the levels that are used for in-game uses, like health pickups and one-ups. Other things like the Club Banana tokens will earn you some bonus goodies that can be accessed in the extras menu. Stuff like concept art, which is always nice to see, alongside extra art, which acts as the same thing. The music, which you can listen to, and we'll get to the OST in the game, oh don't worry. A demo preview, which is whatever, I mean you have the game, so why look at it? And then you also have Ron and Draken's story bits, which are full of the images used for the loading screens in the game. So yes, there are some cool bonuses in here, nothing incredibly groundbreaking, but hey, it's there. Anyway, about the music. Great stuff. The music has to be one of the most underrated tracks I have listened to in any video game. Hear me out, take a listen. Hell, they sound fitting enough to be in Sonic Riders Zero Gravity.
Another extra bonus in the game, if you collect some of the cubes in these levels, yeah, I didn't notice them either, but if you collect a certain amount of them, you can select through special missions which take you to a simulation that act as bonus stages to get through, and I appreciate the little details like these. There is also some multiplayer action, but I'm not even gonna bother with it. But with all that in the game, the main campaign, while being decently put together, the game itself is a little over 3 hours long. Hey, at least it's more enjoyable than Sonic Forces, I'll give it that. It genuinely is pretty fun to play, thanks to the voice actors coming together to voice for this. It really feels like an authentic Kim Possible experience. Also, knowing how much of a fan favorite Shigo is, and making her a playable character, was a really fun and smart choice at the same time. I think the game itself captures the feeling of the show quite nicely with the story and voice acting, which is great, but the game's runtime kind of bogs it down. Despite having some extras to try and unlock, the replay value solely comes from if you enjoyed the game or not. There's a lot of good here, but a few things that hold it back from being truly worthwhile. Similar to what I said about Treasure Planet for PlayStation 2, this is a game that's good, but not great, nor terrible, and I think that's where I'm gonna stand with this game as well. And that about wraps up my thoughts on Kim Possible What's the Switch, and the Kim Possible Marathon altogether. In conclusion, without a doubt, this is definitely the best Kim Possible game out there. Gee, who saw that one coming? Anyways, all jokes aside, while not being the greatest platformer I've ever played, it's still pretty fun. I think any Kim Possible fan should definitely give this game a shot, if they got a PlayStation 2 lying around, or, you know, just emulate it like everyone else does nowadays. And with that, I think I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10. Not bad. Well, that's Kim Possible What's the Switch for the PlayStation 2. Needless to say, for the last Kim Possible game that I'll be reviewing, this was surprisingly well. And that's it for today's episode of Mikey's Reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and now if you excuse me, I need to dispose the body. Shh. No witnesses.